Hello and welcome back to the Sunnybank Farm channel. It is going to be a busy day today, hopefully a day full of interesting content for you. We have our lamb pickups this morning, so the last of our lamb boxes. You right, baby girl? The last of our lamb boxes are getting picked up by our customers this morning, followed by we are going to tail the main lamb box mob, which is just tailing and marking them, which we'll show you all about that. And then hopefully we're going to throw up a drone that we've borrowed, have a bit of a look around the farm when it's in drought conditions, but also we're getting a paddock, leasing a paddock off Jimmy's dad for next year. It's another 140 acres, and I want to get some footage of what it looks like now and hopefully what it's going to look like as we do some of our regenerative practices, but also some of the things we're going to add to it, which will be pretty cool. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching and being here, and hope you enjoy. We are also having today, I guess you'd say, our first official friend of the farm gate, a little boy named Chet, who's I think he's around 3 years old. He leaves little pictures, drawings on our farm gate board, and we're meaning to organise him just coming out for a little quick visit, see a few of the hospital chickens, see some of the lambs, maybe a few of our bottle lambs, just say a quick hello. So that'll be nice. That'll just be happening during the meat pickups, but yeah, it's nice to connect with the community, so good to see him. I'm pretty sure you won't see any footage of him because it's not appropriate, but he is coming, so that's nice. So that's it for the lamb boxes, and it's it for the lamb boxes for the rest of the year. So we made the decision to get rid of all our remaining mature lambs from last year, despite the fact that we normally do them every sort of 2 months or so. We will do a lamb box run. It was purely as a drought decision, lack of feed. The cost to feed them was just not going to cover, we just weren't going to make enough money out of them. We were just going to lose money trying to feed them. So, not to mention our soil and our land, that they were basically just turning to dust. So we made the right decision there, but we had such a great support. We put out the call to arms, I suppose, about the fact that we had to get rid of a lot of our lambs, and it was more than we would normally do, and we had so much support and so many orders that we sold out of everything in one lamb run, which was our biggest we've ever done. And yeah, it was a really sort of special to feel like we had that support. And all done and dusted for the lamb. We'll do beef as part of the next 6 months, but that's about it until January, February next year. Chet had a little visit, and that was really nice. And we're just about now to get the ewes and start moving them down towards the woolshed to get started on marking them. And for anyone wondering, this is the process that we use to move them. Oh, there we go, open the gate, sorry. Probably, I don't know if I'll cut that bit out. If anyone's wondering, this is the process we use to move the lambs. I just call them, the ewes rather. I give them a bit of a call. Bear, let's go! I'll show you. Let's go, Bear! They might need a little bit of encouragement for a few at the back. If there's some, I know I've got one that's a sore foot, so she'll be at the back. So usually I just lead them, they'll follow, and Jimmy will just go behind, making sure they're on their way. So just getting the mob in here. I've got some supplies which we'll talk about, but I've got a couple that's showing a few signs of some sore feet, which is a bit weird. Well, two. Or one, and a suspected one. Definitely one. And we've got a little bit of pink eye floating around in the lambs, which is something that's quite common at birth, so there's just a fair bit of germs and stuff happening. So there's a couple of pink eye lambs we will treat, and I've just got a few other supplies just in case we need them. Most of them know where they're going at this point. They're just picking all the little tiny bits of green that are on here. Look, it's fly-blown lamb. He didn't go, so he's a bit too, well, he's not good enough to go, so we've kept him, and we'll end up putting him in our freezer at some point. But no, he's not in a condition to be sold as appropriately good quality meat, are you, buddy? too scrawny, but you know, it doesn't really matter for us. We can process and eat ourselves here, and we'll do that at some point. Right, bud? Am I talking about you? Yeah. Whilst we're walking, I thought I'd talk a little bit about what marking or tailing is. It's 3 or 4 things depending on your gender. If you're a female, you just get an ear tag, which is for tracking. In Australia, requirement, they can scan it and know what property has your pick number and everything on it. The injection, so that's for some nasty diseases that really have no place in being in even in existence, so that's important for us. I know that is a whole thing, we can talk about that. And it's also a rubber ring that goes around their tail, which helps with being fly struck, fly blown. It just enables them to not be as dirty. And dirty when they get sort of, you know, their poo is coming out where their tail is. You know, that enables flies and things to come through, and it's a real major problem. And is very quickly can become a life-threatening problem if they get it, so that helps with that. And if you're a male, you also get a rubber ring around your little testicles, unfortunately. When they get to a certain age, around the 5 or 6 months of age, we've never have attempted it, but the testosterone and the hormones within a ram that is intact affects the taste of meat. I've never had ram meat, but some people don't mind it, but it is like a different flavour. It's a bit gamier, it's a bit different, and so your meat will actually change based on them having testicles. If you're trying to create meat, there isn't really any reason to have them whatsoever. So at the same time, they get their testicles ringed. So basically what happens, it takes about 2 weeks, but that ring causes discomfort for about an hour. Really important where you place it to minimise sort of nerve pain and anything like that. When you place it in the right spot, it's about an hour. They then lose all feeling. They know nothing about it, and it takes about 2 weeks for the tail or for the testicles to fall off. So that's really the process. Baby. Oh, keep coming. Alright, out of the way. Oh, that's not friendly. That's too friendly. This is a super old school sheep or lamb cradle. Basically the way that it works, and I almost need 2 hands for it, but that opens up, that's where the legs will sit in, that will close down, that's the head is over here, the legs go up through there, we can twist them around, and we'll be able to put an ear tag in there, an injection, and do their testicles and their tail, and then it just opens up, flips out, and they go down on the ground. That's how it works. Don't change what's not broken. The oldest lamb in this group would be about 5.5 weeks old. The youngest maybe a week. Oh, and the ewes in here to check her feet. Alrighty, so this is the ring going on. Because I'm filming, it's not as well organised as it should be, so Jimmy's going to quickly grab the, normally I'd be doing this, the ear tag, which is basically like getting your ears pierced, and he's about to do that there. He then will grab the injection, so that goes, it's a subcutaneous injection, so it's not going in muscle, it's going in skin, so it's not going to affect any meat, it just gets absorbed through under the skin, so that's something that's important to note. And then that was a female, so there was no testicles needing to be done, but there would be also a band going around testicles if there was a male. It just pulls up the sac and obviously put it around. You may have noticed that Jimmy didn't put the injection around the neck in the close-up shot, and sometimes there's just not enough skin for whatever reason, and you'll pop it just in a loose bit of skin around the leg. Keep an eye out for any lambs with blue eyes. That's actually a treatment for what is actually pink eye, and that is really common with lambs this age, as they've got their head in and around all the dirty spots of mum, especially after they're born as well. With this year we've had heaps more than we normally do, but you know, it is what it is. It's not life-threatening, but it's not comfortable, so we've been putting treatments through and sorting it out every time we see it. Now is a great opportunity to do so. As you can see with how we brought them in, everything that we do has got their stress levels in mind. So they'll have the same meander back home, and everything is to keep those lambs nice and calm and mum calm, because you know, this is stressful enough for their few minutes of getting manhandled, unfortunately, and then we just want to make sure that they just cruise on by therefore after. As I mentioned earlier, we also took the opportunity to treat any lambs that have pink eye, and that's what the blue spray is on any of the eyes that you see. Something super common. Lambs can't like kids, they don't have very good hygiene practices, and so it can spread really quickly. Something really simple to fix, just pop a bit of spray on and away they go. How you feeling, Nora? Did your tail? Yeah. Sorry. Trying to get you some milk soon. So I was going to do a whole thing on vaccinations and what that means for us. And to be honest, I filmed the whole thing and it was like a 8-minute rant. Not really a rant, but it was a whole lot of information to go through. It's a really big topic and it can't really fit in a video like this very well. What I will say is we vaccinate. This is the only vaccination they receive. It's a well-tested vaccination that's used everywhere. It gets metabolized by the immune system. That's the design of it. It doesn't stay in the muscle. If it did, on the off chance, there's no harmful elements in it that's harmful to humans. It's done subcutaneously, so that's under the skin, so it doesn't have any harm to the meat. And in this big conversation that I could talk about, and I'm going to really bring it really small, and so I'm going to skip some stuff out. But it's not like antibiotics, it's not like methane reducing stuff, it's no hormones or anything like that. This is a medicine that we choose to use because it's in the best interest of the animal, and for us, we farm with the best interest of the animal at heart, and we'll only ever do something for that reason. And real quickly, antibiotics, we only ever use very rarely, about 1 or 2 animals a year on our farm gets it. Usually they're breeding animals, and if they're not, we don't put them into lamb boxes so they get eaten by us, which is good because we have to eat too. So that'll never come out to our customers, only because we know that it matters to them, and antibiotics is a serious problem. That's when it's overused or used for convenience. So that's something that we don't go anywhere near. And hopefully that explains it. There's so much, so if you want me to talk about this specifically, I can have a good chat about it. And I know it's controversial, so to anyone out there, I'm not judging your reasoning for your thoughts, or that's all totally fine. But we're using a vaccine that's very commonly used worldwide, tested very strongly, and has a whole lot of data behind it. And is used specifically to treat these illnesses that are really nasty. So if we can prevent something that's horrible for animals, it has no impact on anybody else, then we're going to do that. Anyway, hopefully that summed it up okay. And just like that, the ewes and lambs have wandered slowly back up here. It's about 2.5 hours since they were tailed. We let them just sort of meander up, feed on a little bit of the grass, The lambs look totally fine now. Made sure that it's a pretty mild weather day if we can. Sometimes when there's really big groups, it's already pre-booked and you just got to get it done. But obviously anything that reduces stress is always a good thing. There's lambs running around playing right now, so I think they're doing okay. The only thing we didn't get to fit in was the drone flying, so we'll have to sit there for another day. It could be a whole video really. There's a lot of cool stuff to look at. Looking forward to doing it on a nice clear day. Lamb marking and tailing is something that every sheep farm does, but they all do it probably just a tiny bit differently. And you've seen how we at Sunnybank Farm do ours, and hopefully you enjoyed it. Please subscribe and share. I'm kind of enjoying this video making thing, and obviously the whole point of it, whilst I do enjoy it, is that hopefully some people are watching it, enjoying it, so maybe a few more people will watch over time. So if you're enjoying it, like, share, comment, do all the stuff I'm supposed to say you're supposed to do. And we'll see you next week. Hey Rocky, hey Rambo. Did you guys make all those little babies?